Hello, hello, hello. The weather outside is pretty crappy here in the New York City area, so I thought that since I'm stuck in here, I may as well make some use of the time and help out some of my friends that are out there in YouTube land who are just starting to get their feet wet in this thing we call guitar. All right, this is going to be an easy lesson, okay? Not going to get too technical or anything. Let's start with this chord here, okay? This here is a major chord, all right? And what you do is you use your finger to go all across all those strings and press down. It's called a bar, a grand bar. Then you take this finger here, third finger, and you put it on the next string, the A string, on the 7th fret. And right underneath that, you take your little pinky and you put it there. And then this finger here on the next string, which would be the G string, there, and the chord should ring out like this. Okay, and in case you want to tune, here's my low E string. Okay, my next string, the D string, G string, B string, and then the high E string. Okay? So, getting back to here. The cool thing about this chord is that you can get other chords from it. And what I mean by that is that by not playing the whole thing, right? Let's say you just you want to play just the first 3 notes, right? Well, rather than play it like that, if you're going to play a rock kind of thing, you just push this note down there on the 5th string, and then this one holds the next 2 strings down, and you get this sound by only hitting those 3 notes. And if you add distortion or overdrive, did you see what I did there? I just went, I moved the whole thing. This is a movable chord. Okay, not all chords are movable like this, but this one is. And you can go ahead and slide it all up and down the neck and just you know, just do all kind of stuff. And again, that's just those few notes there. Right? Now, you can also get the same thing by playing the next set of strings. And by that I mean, don't play the low E string. Do the next string, the A string. And then do the same thing you did here, only move it 1 string set down. So you'd be playing. Okay? And just playing those 3 notes, listen to the sound you get. And you can combine the those 2 chords. For instance, like the value of this chord here with the 1st string as the root is the same chord as this with the other string at the root. See what I mean? Sounds a little different because oops, did I overdrive? Hell yeah, I did. Okay. Let's do that with all right. Now, like this chord here on the 10th fret with that low note, that low string as the root, is the same value as this one here. It's a D chord. You notice they sound a little different though. It's not the notes it's not that the notes are different, but rather the tonality of it, because you're playing it with slightly thinner strings in this position. Okay, now go ahead and take that and kind of run with it, and you'll find that you'll play most rock songs, or at least, God, a big percentage of rock songs, you'll find that you can play with just those chords. They're just, you can use them everywhere. Those are called power chords. The technical name for them is 5 chords. Okay? I'm not going to get into the technical aspects of that right now, because a lot of people get turned off by that, so I'll let you figure it out, or maybe you'll follow it in another lesson that I put out. Okay, now let's get back to this chord here. Okay, the very first one I showed you. Okay, what I want to show you now is a little bit of soloing that you can do over that chord. Just a little tip. Okay, most of us, when we start playing, the first scale that we learn is a minor pentatonic scale, and it's probably this one, right? Now, if you take that chord that I showed you earlier, that's got the same root note, see? So you could take that and run with it. You can, let's say that you're playing, let's say if someone says, let's play a little jam, man, in the key of whatever. If you followed my other lessons, I showed you how to find every note on the neck. Okay, so let's say that someone says, let's play a little jam in the key of G. Okay, so you follow it, what I showed you in that other lesson for the absolute beginner, and you follow the alphabet. You know that the low E string is an E string, and you know that E to F, so the first fret, and after F the alphabet starts all over again. I'm sorry, after F you got G. After G the alphabet starts all over again. But we're talking about the key of G. Here's the key of G, right? And well, it's just, that's a position. Third position for guitar players, generally they refer to it as the key of G. Okay, so if someone says, let's do a little jam, a little simple jam in the key of G, and you're playing that power chord I just showed you, that's in the key of G. That's the root note. You can start a little jam as easy as that. And then what you're doing is, when it's your turn to solo, you can take that pentatonic scale, make sure that you're in that same position, all right? Don't be afraid to experiment. Let's say that you want to do something a little bit less static than playing that same one chord. Experiment. With that movable chord, you can move it around. And if you know a little bit of theory, if you go to my chord finder lesson, you'll learn some theory there that'll help you out playing chords within a key. So you can move it around. I'm trying to get at is practice, learn some things, get on those lessons that I showed you earlier that I've got out already, and just kind of employ all these little techniques, and make some music and have fun with it. Most of all, have fun with it. And that's it for this one.